Good evening, everybody, and welcome to GXRS. We are here for round 3 of the season. It is the Hungarian Grand Prix at the Hungaroring. We've had 2 great races already to start off the season. Meatball is our early leader in the World Championship. Can he build on that tonight? But Stefan won last weekend at the Qatar Grand Prix. Can he keep that good form going as well as we head into the race? Unfortunately, I don't have anyone to interview before we get going, but what I will do, for anybody who missed it, I will just go through the race results from last weekend, in case anybody missed it. So, as I said, Stefan won last weekend. Kyle Maybon finished in second in the Mercedes. Sophie Mellon's got a podium as well. He finished third for Red Bull. Goblin, the reigning champion, finished fourth. Adam Fleet's fifth for Alfa Romeo. Then Tech Support sixth. Meatball, after winning the first race of the season quite comfortably, ended up finishing just seventh last weekend. JB Fast was eighth. CR Mac Knight. Kronos Grand got the last point in the McLaren. So as I said, it really has made it a very interesting situation in the Drivers' Championship. Meatball leads by 5 points from Stefan. Soapy Melons, after his good start to the season as well, he is third in the championship now. Only 6 points cover those top 3 in the championship. The reigning champion, Goblin, is currently fifth, 17 points off the championship lead. Only a few drivers as well yet to score this season. Hopefully they'll be able to get underway this evening and get their first points on the board. And in the Constructors' Championship, after the first 2 races, Ferrari leads with 57 points. They're 18 clear of Red Bull and AlphaTauri, who are tying for second. Haas jump up to fourth. They are 4 points ahead of Mercedes, who are 4 clear of Alpine. And only Aston Martin are yet to score any points tonight. But we do have Kyle Maybon racing for them tonight. So hopefully he will be able to change that. We should be underway any minute now. Difficult racetrack, full qualifying session as well. At the moment, it looks like we've got 14 in the race. So as we saw when I was commentating a couple of weeks ago, the first qualifying session will probably be used as an extended practice session for a few of the drivers. We saw a few of them doing that, if you remember, back to Spain, where we had some drivers going out for 10 or 12 laps in the first part of qualifying. They're all guaranteed to go through, of course. 15 make it into Q2. So let's see what is going to happen tonight. So we're starting to ready up now. And we will hopefully be underway very shortly. Excuse my voice. I don't know quite what's going on with my voice. But anyway, I will do an onboard lap with you as well, so you can see the challenges of this racetrack. One of the old school racetracks. Formula One's been coming here for many, many years. 1986 was the first ever race here. So nearly 40 years of racing on this track. Very narrow as well. And not that easy to overtake. It's not impossible to overtake around here. But it is not the easiest thing to do. To anyone watching on the stream, good evening. Thank you very much for joining. Please do come and comment and say hello. And I've got the Twitch chat up on my screen, so we'll get to as many of you as possible. And I have been joined by Gary. Good evening, Gary.
Good evening.
So, well, I see. Leave me to do the difficult intro bit, then you just come along and sneak in afterwards. I see how this works.
It wasn't planned, but yeah, thank you for that.
Yeah, that's all right. No problem at all. So I was just saying to her I was going to do an onboard lap, but you know, you're in charge these days, so whatever.
Well, you've got the stream on your side, so mate, you take it away. I'll support you tonight.
Oh, thank you very much.
No worries.
And tech support has called us an elite duo.
I'll tell you what, that's not the first time I've heard that, so it's greatly appreciated. I mean, we do tend to bounce off each other when it comes to these sort of things.
We certainly do, yes. Yeah. He's actually a little bit strange for me because I've had years of commentating by myself and then all of a sudden I'm commentating with someone else. But actually, I kind of prefer being with someone in the comments box.
Yeah, it makes it,
So,
not only that, it makes it easier also for those watching, because whilst obviously you're one person, you've got then someone else watching another battle, so it's sort of a good mix to have.
yeah. I think it makes the stream a bit more rounded because, as you said, if you see something going on that I don't, then I can jump into it. I've just heard from, thank you, Steph, as well, for this, on the Twitch chat. It's going to be a dry qualifying, but it's going to be a half wet, half dry race.
Ooh, so this is going to definitely be interesting then for the drivers in their strategies, because I'm pretty sure 90% of them wouldn't have done any wet practice.
No. No, and also as well, how do you set the car up as well? I mean, do you think about the race and think, well, it's going to be wet, so I better, adjust it accordingly, or do you fully concentrate on qualifying and go from there? I mean, it's a tricky one to set up. I mean, generally around here, it's quite high downforce anyway, so I can imagine the downforce you can't really increase too much. I'm not quite sure. I mean, I'm not really much of a driver, as you can tell. What other settings could you change potentially between a wet and a dry setup?
So the biggest difference here, like you say, with Hungary being a high downforce circuit anyway, Hungary, you're not going to change much in the downforce. If anything, you probably end up going max downforce on front and rear wings. The biggest change you'll see with drivers in the changing condition races, they might set up the suspension maybe slightly softer to cope with the wet conditions in the race. So you may see a mix of a wet, dry setup in the suspension more than the aero.
Right. Okay, cool. Thanks. I had no idea about that at all. But right, let's really do an onboard lap. We're with Pyro coming down the pit straight. DRS zone enabled here, building up to just over 190 miles an hour. Turn 1, 50 miles an hour on the apex. Second DRS zone. Oh, a lot of wheel spin on the exit. But second DRS zone here, heading down towards turn 2. Difficult braking zone, downhill. Frustrating as well. You don't want to get on the throttle too early. And then turn 3, easy flat. Heading up the hill towards the blind turn 4. Even from this TV camera, it's pretty much blind. Turn 4, 145 miles an hour. Bring it over to the left for the long, frustrating turn 5, 95 miles an hour. Accelerate hard down this short straight, then down to the slowest, or one of the slowest corners on the track. The chicane at 6 and 7, 70 miles an hour. Then turn 8, 105 miles an hour. Turn 9, about 115. 10 easy flats, and turn 11, 150 miles an hour. Don't run too wide on the exit. Short. Oh, and he's invalidated, so he's back down the lap. I'm thinking everyone's going to hate me doing an onboard lap with him at some point. I always seem to give him the curse of death.
Yeah.
But I will complete the lap with someone. Yeah, I think I did you quite a few times last season, didn't I, Gary? I think at some point.
Not last season, season before. Last season I kind of gave up after a couple of races, but yeah, season before I did have a few instances of you watching me. But I'm just watching Stefan here. He's on a lap in the Haas, and his car is looking very sweet indeed. He's coming up to the point now where Pyro did invalidate, and he keeps it within limits.
He does. So let me just complete the rest of the lap. Here we go. Turn 12, about 80 miles an hour, and you're right, this car looks incredibly well set up. Looks absolutely on point. About 70 miles an hour for the penultimate corner, over to the left-hand side for this long, long final corner. About 90 miles an hour, then accelerate halfway through the corner. DRS wide open. And Stefan, a 1:16.4. And, well, he won last weekend. He missed the first race, if I remember rightly. But he's certainly looking good to continue this good run of form he's on at the moment. Because, as you said, Gary, that car looks absolutely brilliantly set up. And he's on intermediate tyres as well. He's not even on the soft tyres. And he's still in the mid 1 minute 16s, which is not a bad effort at all.
Not at all. Yeah, Stefan's always been one to watch. He's multiple race winner, and like you say, well, winner last time out. Can he make it 2 on the bounce? And then, with a time like that, medium tyres, obviously just because it's being Q1, everyone's going to get through to Q2. So it's not like everyone needs to run the soft, everyone needs to run a fast time. As we've seen Pyro now actually put a time in.
Yeah,
And
Liam goes quickest.
Liam quickest by 2
16.2.
tenths.
Yeah, so yeah, I mean, a lot of the drivers. I mean, we had this. I don't know what it was like last week. I apologise, I wasn't here, but first weekend of the season, we had a similar situation, and we saw a lot of drivers going out on the mediums, and I think it was Ross did something like 12 laps in the first part of qualifying. Just use it as an extended practice session. I mean, it's a little bit more tricky around here because one mistake, and it's certainly this corner here. We're just looking at Liam through turn 4. One mistake, you're going to be in the wall and out of the session. So do you think anyone might try that tonight, do a long extended practice, or is it too much of a gamble around here to take that risk?
I wouldn't say it's a gamble around here. There is a Red Bull backwards at turn 1 there. That was Mac.
And he's lost his front wing as well.
Yeah, so Mac already in trouble there down at turn 1. And that is just the start of his flying lap. So he's going to have a long drive round to the pits.
Yeah, and Ross has done a very slow lap there. He must have made a mistake somewhere in there as well.
I don't think he used the DRS.
Yes, that might have been it actually, yeah. But again, even so, I don't think it would have been 17 seconds off the pace. But and Steph has just said it was a very good race last year. Apparently top 13 in a DRS chain for quite a few laps. And I can imagine actually around Qatar, that must have been brilliant to watch.
Yeah, Qatar being such a high-speed circuit, one of the highest, well, similar average speeds to Monza. So, yeah, that's not surprising at all. And unfortunately, I wasn't here watching the race either, but I did watch a few of the highlights, and it did seem to be quite a good race.
Yeah, definitely. Well, definitely. I mean, top 13 fighting, it definitely is. And Meatball's on a lap, but he is just cruising around at the moment. Carl Maybon's gone third and has retired from the session, so he doesn't want to do any more practice around here. Tech Support hasn't done a lap and has retired from the session in the Alpine.
Yeah, Soapy was on for a lap, but then invalidated in the second to last corner, went a touch too wide, and is now going to pits. I mean,
Yeah,
you might see people make set 1 or 2 laps, like you said earlier, just then retire, just to make sure they don't make the mistake of wrecking the car and putting it in the wall.
Yeah, because we have seen that. I mean, I've seen that before. I mean, over the years I've been commentating here. I've seen that so many times when people go out, think, "Oh, I'll just do a couple of laps on the mediums," and end up smashing into a wall, and then they're out for the entire rest of the session. So Meatball going extremely slowly around the track. I'm not quite sure why.
Again, no ERS usage, so maybe.
Well, he's barely even used the throttle on that lap. I mean, he was cruising. I mean, they're like here, 115 miles an hour. He's just cruising around. So
maybe just getting a feel for the track conditions for when qualifying then restarts to count.
Yeah, potentially. I mean, I know quite often you do have to get out on track anyway for it to save your setup, or else you lose your setup. That might be what Ross and Meatball have done. Just gone out there, made sure their setup saves, and then come back into the pits. Because it looks like Adams.
The same.
Yeah, it looks like, definitely. Goblin's out on track, and so is Davis as well. Oh, and actually, Davis nearly spun it on his out lap.
Cold tyres, it's very easy to do. Another thing I just thought of actually as well with Ross, Meatball, and what Felix is doing, maybe minimising tyre wear on those sets of softs as well, because if it's a half dry, half wet race, set of softs, depending on when it starts raining, set of softs could take you to that rain the moment the rain comes.
Yeah, that's a very good point actually as well. And also as well, if it starts wet and we go to beyond the halfway point, you're going to want, before it dries out, you're going to want a set of soft tyres, really. If you've only got mediums left, mediums on a drying track is not the thing to have around here. So yeah, you're absolutely right. That could be what they're doing.
So the strategy playing out already as Goblin's out on track. He is on a set of medium tyres, so I can only imagine he's probably going to try that. In fact, he has. Yeah,
he's going for it. Yeah, Adam is just cruising around. So I think he's doing that tactic. But yeah, Goblin is Well, he's using up his medium tyres.
Oh, bit snap of oversteer there.
And I think Davis is going for it as well. Yeah, Davis is going for it as well. So he's just in front of Goblin. And done a good first sector as well there as Jake. So looking good so far. Let's see how that did clump the curb a bit too hard in turn 7. But he got away with it. Oh, see, it looks like he's fighting with oversteer here. Noticed it a couple of times. Had a snap on his outlap. There's another one there at turn 8. And, well, at the moment, it's looking like a competition as to who can set the slowest lap time. Adam Fleets has got that privilege at the moment on 1:45.3.
That's impressive.
So, that is impressive to be 30 seconds. What happened to the 107% rule? Let's bring that back in for these like this.
Yeah,
right, here we go.
That's the lap time you see at Spa, not Hungary.
Yeah. And Davis goes 6. Yeah, 19.5. CR Mac is on a lap as well. And Goblin goes 5th. Still waiting for Vibes and Kronos Grand to leave the pits. We've got 7 minutes to go. And good evening, Primers. Good to have you watching along as well. And an 18.4 from CR Mac. I do get the impression, even with those 2 laps, CR Mac and Davis, there's a lot more in the tank. They just didn't take any risks on those laps. I think there's a lot more to come from them.
I would say definitely, like you say, and especially with CR Mac after he has already hit the wall, probably like you say, just trying to, keep the car on the track, get through to Q2, and then it's sort of, hate to use the term, but then it's hammer time.
Yes, yeah, definitely, yeah. Save up. But as we said earlier, this session you don't need to do any heroics. Everyone's making it through. So yeah, save it. And I'm actually surprised. It's still surprising me that not everyone's out on the medium tyres. Like you were saying with the half wet, half dry race, you're gonna want to save yourself. So I'm surprised that everyone's not going out on a set of mediums, as opposed to we've seen like Kyle, CR Mac, Davis, Ross, Meatball. I mean, I know Ross, Meatball, Fleets, they haven't done full speed laps, but certainly everyone else, yeah, I'm just surprised they're using up the soft tyres. Goblin is doing another lap here. He's saved up his battery.
Yeah, Kronos is out lap well now, sector 2. So
yeah, Vibes is just saying no one's going to be knocked out. So I got the only thing I would say, Vibes, is it might be worth just going out and doing a lap, because sometimes it doesn't save your setup. So it's worth just going out. Even if you just go out, do an out lap and come into the pits, it just makes sure your setup is locked in. That's the only thing I would say. Or as Steph's just said, extra practice for you as well. But if you feel you've done enough practice, personally, I would just do that lap to lock your setup in. But Goblin, he's just invalidated. I was just going to say, on his 3rd lap on these tyres, he had just done a purple first sector.
So Goblin's definitely got some pace there then. Let's see what Kronos can do. He's come down the main straight and he's already backed out before he's got to turn 1. So he is also doing the Ross, Meatball and Fleets procedure. So the other thing as well, I've literally just come to my mind what Ross, Meatball and Fleets have done here. Maybe this set of stuff they've done here, they've done it to wear them in, get rid of the sheen off the top of the tyre. So then that way they use that set again for Q2, maybe even Q3, but the set's already been rubbing in. So they're quicker to get the temperature. So they can hammer it straight from the get-go.
Yeah, it could be. But also as well, I mean, from my limited experience of racing, you'd also want a set like that in a damp track that's drying as well, would you? You wouldn't want a shiny new set, because shiny new sets, from what I've found, is less grip if it's a drying track as well. So maybe that is again preparing the cars for the race.
A rubbered in set, will kick into action a lot quicker than a new set out of the mold, because, like you say, with the sheen, it's got like the sheen's got like a plasticky feel to it. So yeah, that would be the reason for it.
Yeah, it's almost like what they used to do. I don't know if you're old enough to remember, but years ago when they had the groove slick tyres, they used to go out and it always used to cure the rubber. Just to do a couple of laps on it, come back in, and it just almost, like I said, it cures the rubber, makes it come up to temperature more even as well across the tyre. so it gives you better grip from the get-go.
That's right, indeed. And
I
Kronos is
actually sounded like I knew what I was talking about then. That is a scary moment. I promise not to do that again.
and Kronos' attempt at the slowest lap time didn't go too well, 1:31.
Yeah. Poor old Kronos tries to be slow and can't even do that. Never mind. No, I'm joking, Kronos. I love you, really. Right, Goblin's going again. Let's see. He invalidated just after the first sector on his previous... Oh, bit of oversteer as he almost rally crosses it through turn 1. So he is pushing fairly hard here, is Goblin. Let's see, we include reigning champion, of course. And double world champion. And solid start to the season. I know the season after he won it the first time, he had a dreadful start to his trying to regain the title. But he's had a good start so far this season. Been on the pace. Stunning race that I commentated on in Spain. Started down near the back after missing qualifying and was, I think, 4th or 5th after the first couple of laps. He had a great start to the race there. Vibes has now gone out on track with 2 minutes to go. And again, Goblin is looking quick here.
Yeah, purple middle sector. He's looking more towards Liam's time here, obviously on the medium tyres as well, as Kronos is now retired in the pits. So that's the end of his session. But here we go, Goblin. He's not that much faster at the end. He lost a bit of time in that final sector.
Yeah, I was expecting to see his name jump up the board there, and he didn't. But still, I mean, he's done 5 laps on those tyres, so they're going to be past their best.
It's good practice,
have a look. It is good practice. Here is the Haas of Vibes. His teammate Stefan is 2nd.
Yeah, and it's actually worth pointing out, I've just had the stats come through for last season's race here. Now, Ian, who's not here tonight, he did win the race here last season, but Stefan, he's obviously quick around here because he was 2nd in that race. So Stefan knows this track very well, and it's also worth noting Fleets as well was up there in 4th. So a few of the drivers from last season that's still here are definitely in with a shout.
Yeah, if I remember correctly as well, I think Adam got pole here last season or the season before as well. I think he pulled a lap out of the bag from nowhere and he stuck it on pole, if I remember correctly. But yes, as you said, a lot of drivers do know their way around. And Stefan, he's one of those drivers, as I said earlier, every track we go to, he always is there or thereabouts. He's sometimes he's right up there with the quickest, sometimes he's just behind, but he's always in that sort of top 5, top 6 bracket. You can never ever rule him out. And as we've seen before, it doesn't matter where you start on the grid, really, with a lot of these races. It's keeping your nose clean in the race. Hello, Jamie. And Steph, yes. I did say Steph last year or the year before. I'm so sorry. Apparently, Adam started 16th last year.
So 16th to 4th from a Fleets. So he's definitely fast around here, and he knows how to overtake. And that's going to be another talking point about this track as well. It's not the easiest track to overtake on. It's not many places to pass, but if you catch it right and you put the driver ahead of you off the game a little bit, and that's when you're likely to strike at any of the corners. But main points here: turns 1, 2, and then the last 2 hairpin. Towards the end of the lap as well, 6 to 3. You're probably your best overtaking opportunities.
Yeah, I think the problem here, despite the fact they extended the pit lane a few years ago, it's a long last corner. It's difficult to follow. And it's not the slowest final corner either. It's quite an average sort of speed, so it's difficult to get very close to the car in front. But, wet race, who knows what's going to happen. Anything can happen in the wet race. But the session is now over. For those, while we were nattering away, the session has now finished. Vibes put in a lap in the end to put him 7th fastest. But all academic. As I said, everyone has made it through. Yes, thank you, Steph. I have missed you.
I've just seen the nationalities of the top 2 drivers in Q1. Are we going to have the Dutch national out from come race?
Yes, I know. It is looking good for them, but I think there's a lot to come from quite a few drivers yet. Liam fastest, Stefan second, Kyle third, Pyro fourth. Then we've got Goblin, Soapy Melons, Vibes, CR Mac, and then Davis. Then the battle for the slowest lap time, it goes to Adam Fleet, so 1:45.3. Tech support didn't set a lap, but he will still go through. So 14 through. Jamie saying Fleets for the championship. Adam, how much are you paying Jamie to be your number one fan? But good to have you along, Jamie. Good to have everyone watching tonight. Thank you for joining. Right, Q2. Bit more serious now. We lose 3 minutes off the time and only the top 10 make it into Q3. So we lose the slowest 4 from this session. And it looks like, at the moment, Pyro is going to go back out on a set of mediums. And I think you only get one set of mediums for this session. So he might be going out on the same set. So he... Well, maybe again, just getting a feel of the track. Or maybe he's just feeling very confident he's going to make it through.
Yeah, it was interesting. I mean, if he's going out on the same set of mediums, which it does actually look like he's doing, because he's just left the pit lane now. That's actually a good idea because he only actually did one hot lap on those tyres, so those tyres will still be fresh. So we'll see what he can do now. The track's got a bit more rubber on it now as well, so Vibe's doing the same thing as well, going out on that same set of mediums.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. So I was just reading the... Oh, the sad thing is, Jamie, I can actually imagine you singing that. That's the sad thing. I think I've known you way too long, Jamie.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can see the chat, Gary, but I can actually imagine Jamie singing that, which is...
Yeah, that's definitely a Jamie thing to do.
Yes, definitely.
Oh, he's actually singing it now.
Yeah, we better make sure the party's on invite only, because otherwise he's going to come in and join us and sing it to us, probably.
Yeah. Another worthy note, Stefan's out on medium tyres as well. And there's a big mess at the beginning of sector 2. There's 5 cars all trying to get through turns. What was that? 7 and 8? No.
6 and 7.
6 and 7. Yeah.
So they're all jostling for position. Meanwhile, Pyro is just starting his lap. The other person out on medium tyres is Vibes. He went out right at the end of the session and only did one lap as well on that set of medium tyres. So he obviously still feeling confident. He's just started his lap as well. We've got Liam and a Mercedes of Davis just leaving the pits now. So let's see what Pyro can do. And they have all managed to... Well, they're not actually that far apart from each other. I think it's Stefan and Meatball are pretty close together still.
Yeah, just finding the space for the track. So McLaren's gone now. Stefan now is going for his lap. He is on the medium tyres as well, so watch out for him. Meatball's now giving himself, so there's a Red Bull behind him as well. So all trying to find their own space.
Oh, Pyro's just invalidated his lap in the last sector. That must be so annoying.
Oh,
getting the whole lap right.
So easy to do it there. So easy to just carry a bit too much speed in, and then that's it.
Yeah,
so Fox is the one behind him, and he's literally just coming through that final sector now.
Yeah, let's see what he can do. I don't think I think he's another one. There's a lot to come from him yet. I think he just sort of felt his way through the first part of qualifying, but let's see what this lap time is. He does an 18.7, so that is fastest of all so far. I'm just trying to see who is coming through now. I think it's Soapy Melons is the next one. Yes, it is. So Soapy Melons, a 20.5, not that quick.
He wasn't using ERS on that, but it looks like he's actually going for it this time, and a 1:16.6 by Kyle.
Yeah, fastest lap by... well, there we go. That's the fastest lap by mile. Look at that. Adam said hopefully you'll get pole this season.
We'll see where that brings him. McLaren's just come across.
Yeah, that's a good lap, a 15.8. Jamie. Oh, my God. Right.
Ross is out.
Ross is out.
Turn 1.
Yeah, it's gone on the throttle too much on the outside. Look, I think he hit the curb, and that's it. He's out.
We're getting too distracted
So,
by Jamie's comments.
Yes.
As
Very immature, Jamie. Never find me saying stuff like that. Right.
Stefan's validated his first lap as well, so Stefan is going to go again.
Yeah, Davis is just coming up to complete his lap. He's on the soft tyres in the Mercedes. Let's see what
is the car going to be behind him to set a lap. Just coming to the final sector now.
Yeah, a bit of traffic though there. I hope that Aston Martin, which is Kyle, gets out of his way or doesn't hinder him too much. Davis goes 6 at 18.4.
Yeah, Aston Martin's just pulled into the pit, so it's clear on now for Liam to the line. It's a nice exit out the final corner.
Wow. 15.4. Right, let's see if Ross will come and talk to us. I think I'm becoming a bit of a bad luck for him as well, because last time I commentated, he crashed out in qualifying as well. So, well, let's have a look. Stefan is just completing his lap. He goes 6th fastest on a 16.6 on the medium tyres. And
not a bad time on those used mediums.
No,
merchant is here. Here we go.
Hello, Ross. Right. What happened there on the exit of turn 1? Would you run a bit wide? Me and Gary were slightly distracted by Jamie's comments, so we didn't actually fully see what was going on.
I'm not gonna lie, I was looking at my phone and I went round turn 1, forgot the upshift, stamped on the throttle, and goodbye red. So,
all right.
Pretty self-explanatory. Got a lot of ground to make up during the race now.
It is, but it's going to be a half wet, half dry race from what we've been told. Do you think that's going to help you or hinder you in the race?
So if it's a half wet race, I'll be going from racing on my wheel to putting full traction back on and picking up my controller when it starts raining. I cannot race in the wet. So
okay, fair enough. But do you think that will help you though? I mean, do you think you might have a bit more of a chance in wet conditions?
Maybe. Hopefully. Maybe. I'm certainly good at beating Albert and Kyle, Meatball and Kyle when I pick up the controller and it's raining. I seem to be better than them in the wet, so fingers crossed.
Okay, and just to give you some of the supportive comments from our viewers, Jamie's called you a pussy and Steph told you to just use the wheel.
Nah, I'm good. I'll use the controller. To the pussy comment, yeah, you're probably right. I ain't gonna lie. Right accurate. But I'm gonna pick up the controller when it starts raining. That's the way to go.
Okay, well, unlucky for qualifying, but good luck for the race, Ross. I hope we talk to you later.
Cheers, mate.
No worries. And from what I can gather as well, tech support has crashed out.
Yeah, it was out of the final corner into the pit wall. So, too much power out of the final corner to try and get the best run down to the start-finish line. And, probably too much power. As Kronos just spun in the turn 1 as well, where his teammate crashed out. So it was nearly a double McLaren DNF.
Oh, and then he had a bit snap in the exit turn 4 there, just looking at him. So, yes, but, well, it does take a little bit of pressure off some of the drivers now, because now there's only going to be 2 dropping out. Well, there still might be 3, actually, because Ross's time is quite fairly quick. It would be enough for 8th place. But potentially there's only going to be 2 dropping out. Goblin is on a lap. He's obviously waiting for everyone else to come out and do their laps before coming out. Pyro has been out, invalidated his lap on the mediums, has come back in and is as fitted as head of softs. He's just not out on the racetrack yet. But you've got to say, Liam looking very quick up there. 1:15.4, 4 tenths quicker than anybody else. And Liam's looking very quick in that AlphaTauri.
Yeah, both AlphaTauris have been looking quick all season so far. I can see Pyro definitely matching the times of Fleets and Liam, but maybe we'll see Q3 get into the 114s. We'll have to see, but here we go. Goblin now starting his lap.
Yeah, and Pyro is now out on track. So only 2 cars out on track. As I say that, the other Ferrari of Meatball is heading out on track as well on the same set of tyres that he did his first
Pyro.
run.
Oh, that's his outlap, don't worry. He went wide at turn 4.
Ah, right, okay. Right, let's see what Goblin can do as he heads up towards the end of the first sector. It's a 27.4 first sector, not too bad.
One's
A little
right.
bit wide. Yeah, it was
He's
a
backed
little
out.
quite wide down. He's backed out the lap. Yeah, he was wide in 4.
I mean, it's a surprise it wasn't an invalidation, but
Sometimes you get away with it if you lift out of it or brake out of it. You get away with it. Jamie's just said he's supporting the underdog, so come on, Davis. Great to see the loving, supportive viewers we've got.
well, Jamie just
So
supports
let's-
everyone. I've noticed he changes
he
every
even
5
supports
seconds.
me, and I'm not a driver. I know, yeah. I
But
know.
here we go,
Great to see
Pyro
you happy,
on that.
baby. I have missed you. Yeah, so let's see what Pyro can do. His teammate fastest at the moment. Can Pyro get anywhere near that? I think on pure pace, from what I saw at Spain, they're pretty similar in pace. So could we see AlphaTauris both up at the front?
I mean, that car is moving around a lot. He's pushing the limits of that AlphaTauri. And he did
I noticed that.
27.2 in the first sector.
Yeah, I noticed that. He is absolutely wringing the neck of that car. But he's working at the moment. Not a bad middle sector either. Goblin's gone again as well. And yeah, Jamie just giving a boo to Goblin.
No, that's not going to go down well with one person.
Yeah, Steph's already told him off. So almost instantly. But let's see what Pyro does. Pyro goes 4th on a 16-0. But as you said, the guy, he was wringing the neck of that car. He was on the limit there. A couple of times I thought he was going to go.
Yeah, looking at that, maybe too much on the limit because all that sliding about is overheating the tyres. It's causing the tyres to lose a bit more grip as Meatball's now actually gone 4th fastest. Sorry, Goblin 3rd fastest.
Yeah, 15.9. But Meatball is on a lap, but I don't think he's improving. No, he's into the pits. He was only a fraction down, but he is in the pits. Soapy Melons is nearly 4 tenths up, so he could join that little group now in the 1 minute. Sorry, I just read the comments again. I really shouldn't do that while I'm commenting. He's just had to get into the 1 minute 15 group by the looks of it as well, Soapy Melons.
Yeah, so, I mean, he is quick, and yeah, you go, 15.9, straight to 4th place, splits the Ferraris.
Yeah, look how close it is as well. From 2nd through to 6 is covered by just over 2 tenths of a second. It's very, very close. So one mistake in Q3 and it could cost you a couple of positions. Kronos Grand has retired from the session. He's only 9th fastest at the moment. And CR Mac, Davis and Vibes are all out on track.
Ross is on the bubble, but let's not forget Ross did crash out, so you can't improve that lap. So it is up to, like say, CR Mac, Davis and Vibes all to put in a lap to try and get into that top 10. The 2 McLarens are very much at the risk.
Yeah, Davis just starting his lap now. Just over a minute and a half to go in this session. Oh, Davis wide in turn 1. Very wide in turn 1. Will he back out of it? He'll have just enough time if he's got the fuel to just back out of this lap and try again. It looks like he's still going for it though. He's still using his ERS. Let's see what his first sector time is. He's only a 10th down on his previous best. So CR Mac is out on a lap. So is Vibe. So those 3 who are currently not making it through are back out on track. Oh, and it's almost a spin from Vibes. And he doesn't have enough time to get back round again. So it looks like Vibes is going to be out of the session. Stefan is out.
Yeah, CR Mac's fractionally down in the first sector on his personal best. And yeah, Vibes backed out of it. He's turned his ERS off and That's it. He's done.
Yeah, so that's Vibes out. Kyle
Davis is out as
Mabon
well.
here. Yes, oh right, so it's all down to CR Mac now. Kyle is not improving at all on this lap. I don't know if he's going to...
Backed out as well.
Right.
That is it.
Mac might just have enough time to start another one.
Ooh.
Still got 20 seconds to go, and he's in the last sector. So he might just, if he's got the fuel, be able to start another lap. And I think he will.
As Davis has started another lap as well. But he's only got half a battery full of ERS. So he's going to be struggling with the ERS for the run to the line.
And will Vice... Oh, Vice nearly made it. He nearly made it. Only about a second after the flag fell did he cross the line. But CR Mac and Davis are both out there. But Davis is invalidated.
So it is
And
up to CR
Stefan
Mac.
is massively improving. Just have a quick look at Stefan, who's out there. He's gone 6.5 tenths up on his previous best. So this could put him into the 115s as well to join the top 4.
And CR Mac has just invalidated that turn 4. So that is your top 10.
Yes, and Stefan goes second fastest at 15.6. So yes, that's it. So the 4 cars knocked out. CR Mac, Davis, Vibes and Tech Support. Now, there's a bit of an anomaly with this. I had this a couple of weeks ago where someone crashed. I think it was CR Mac. Someone crashed in the first part of qualifying, but were quick enough to get through, and they were in Q3. So
we'll see. It's Ross. Well, it's McLaren can get that car fixed then.
Yes. So as it stands, the 10 who've made it: Liam, Stefan, Adam Fleets, Goblin, Soapy Melons, Meatbell, Pyro, Kyle Mabon, Kronos Cran and Ross. They're the 10 who have made it. CR Mac, Davis, Vibes and Tech Support out of the session. So that's P11 to P14 sorted out. I'll see if any one of them will come and chat to us actually. I'll see if CR Mac will come. Have a look. Oh no, screen's changed. I'll have to do it in a second. Well, Steph, yes, technically he should stay 10th, but I had this a couple of weeks ago with, I'm pretty sure it was CR Mac, where he crashed out, but he was quick enough to make it through, and the game put him in back in the next qualifying session. So I'm not sure on that. Right, let's see if... I don't think I've ever spoken to CR Mac. Let's see if he'll come and join us. Yeah, I know I had that at the time as well. I was only showing, I think it was the top 14. So, I don't know. Seems a bit of an anomaly on this game. But we'll soon find out. And doesn't look like CR Mac can join us.
I think I remember seeing something. CR Mac's not actually at his place, so he doesn't have his headset with him.
Right. Okay.
So, yeah, I think that might be a reason why. It's not that he doesn't want to come and talk to us. And no, Ross has not made it to Q3. He is out. So he will be starting 10th.
Okay, so it's a top 9 shootout. And, well, looking at that session, you have to say Liam and Stefan looked to be just a little bit quicker than the rest. But you never know what's going to happen. We saw how close it was. And one mistake around here, which is easy to do. A lot of people have validated laps here tonight. Could be the difference between front row and row 5. So you never know what's going to happen here.
Exactly that. I mean, you think this is now the do or die moment. Everyone's going to be putting in 110% into their laps. There's going to be no tyres left at the end of this session.
No, and you should... I mean, there's 3 minutes off the time. We're down to 12 minutes. And they all do get an extra set of soft tyres as well for this session when you make it through. But they can do easily 2 runs, possibly 3. And those who save soft tyres by going out on the mediums in the first session, they will probably have 3 brand new sets of soft tyres for this session. And with it only being a 80-second lap, you can just about, the likes of like Pyro and Adam Fleets have gone out straight away. They might just be able to get 3 runs in.
Yeah, very much so. As all 9 cars are actually going to be on track as Goblin now makes his way down the pit lane. So, yeah, it's going to be a busy track, but hopefully no one will get in each other's way.
Yes, and JB, thank you very much. Yes, thank you very much. He has got a heart, bless him.
Yeah, he's just a big, soft, cuddly bear.
He is. He is. Yes.
No, apparently not.
Oh, okay, all right. Well, you're not getting invited then, JB. Screw you. Right, Pyro is on his way. He's just, big snap of overture on the exit turn 1 there. All struggling on the exit of turn 1. We've already seen Ross spin out there. We've seen a couple of other, Davis has gone wide there. They do seem to be struggling on the exit of turn 1 for whatever reason. It is a heavy acceleration zone from a very slow corner. It's easy, especially if you're running medium traction. It is easy to get a lot of wheel spin on the exit of that corner, but it's really happening tonight. But I have to say, apart from that AlphaTauri, we saw it in Q2. He was really on the ragged edge and the car sliding all over the place. Looked a little bit more together here. Certainly doesn't look as on edge as he did in Q2. Hacksawing away at the wheel a little bit of understeer there in turn 11, if anything, there for Pyro. Having to really have 2 or 3 bites to get into the apex. But let's see what he can do. His teammate's looking super quick here this evening. Can he join that 1 minute 15 club that we had? Oh, another big slide in the middle of the last corner. And he does a 16.5.
So, similar lap time.
Yeah, Adams abandoned the lap. He invalidated that he's coming to the pits.
Yeah,
so Stefan is... Oh, 15.6 from Stefan. That's pretty, almost exactly the same as he did before as well. Kronos goes second at the moment.
Yeah, Sophie Vernon's probably going to come into the pits as well. Had a spin at turn 5. Again, it's another easy place to lose the car.
Now, and Meatball, he joins that little group at the front of 15.4. And Liam goes even quicker at 15.2. And Kyle Mabon does a 15.2 as well. So, wow. Well,
where's he behind it?
Yeah, they were sandbagging, it seems, certainly in Q2. But I think, if I remember rightly, Kyle was on mediums in Q2.
He was, yes.
Possibly. So, hiding his pace a little bit, but right up there now. And Meatball as well, he wasn't up there.
And Goblin joined really. The 115s as well.
Yes, 15.9. There him. Sophie Mellons is going again. So, despite that spin, he obviously hasn't got any damage to the car, so he's going again. And yeah, top 5 covered by about 3/4 of a second. But really, it's the top 3, 1/4 of a second between them. And like you, I do think Pyro can improve on getting himself in there as well. I don't think we've seen the max from him so far tonight. That car though, it really looks like he's set up on a knife edge. And well, he's not going to want to be in the wet conditions in that, really. But you never know.
Yeah, I'm wondering if he's got a setup that's more suited to the wet weather, and therefore it's just maybe not switching the tyres on like he wants it to in the dry.
Yeah, and also as Seth said, Sophie Mellons as well. He was just about to complete his lap.
Yeah,
and he joined the 15s? No, 16.7.
But he did have a spin on that set of tyres, so they were not at their best.
Yeah, if you look carefully, I mean, it might just be my TV, but there does look like there's little flat spots on certainly his right rear, from what I can see. Might just be my TV, but it looks, I can just see a little spot on it, so I don't think it'll be at its complete best.
No, I mean, he did have a hard spin in turn 1 in Q2, and yeah, he locked all 4 wheels up to stop it from spinning any further, but yeah, he may have put a flat spot on it, and that's why it's just not just giving him the grip yet. But Fleet's back out. He's going to come around and start his, well, second lap officially, but his first lap hopefully not invalidated.
Yes, and Jamie, it's a brand new TV, so shut up. It is literally a brand new HD TV, all right? And Jamie, just for you, I've got fleets on the screen. Nothing to do with the fact that no one else is on a lap at all. Yes, Fleets is on a lap. Now, he was very quick in Q2 as well. He validated, as you said, he validated his first lap. So let's see what he can do this time. Not the best first sector. 20... no, he's actually good first sector. 27-1.
Yeah.
Sorry, I thought it was in the 26s. But no, that is a good first sector. 27-1.
Oh, that was lovely through 6 and 7 there from Fleets. Literally millimetres away from the sausage curbs, and the car does look like it's handling really well for him.
Yeah, the change of direction in that car is incredible. Through those quick corners there, that change of direction looks incredible. And a very good middle sector as well. Can Adam join those front... Oh, he's invalidated again on the exit of 12.
Exit 12, it is a killer exit 12. And yeah, there he goes back into the pits. He's going to be frustrated with himself here. He's got one more chance to do this.
Yeah, Pyro just starting his lap. Even Steph's cheering on Adam now.
I mean, the pace he put in Q2, he can easily be within the top 3.
Yeah, and another slide on the exit of 2 from Pyro. He is up on his previous best, but... Well, I hope for his sake that it is set up for the wet conditions, which, as you were saying earlier, would be a slightly softer rear. So it would potentially make it slide a little bit more like this. But it really does look on a knife edge, this car. But he is improving in the first sector. Let's see what his middle sector's like. He's 4/10 up, so he's going to be close to that 115 club at the moment, which is the top 5: Liam, Kyle, Meatball, Stefan and Goblin. Can Pyro join them? Another bit of a slide in the penultimate corner, and he's abandoned the lap altogether. He's come into the pits. Soapy Melon's out on track. Brand new set of tyres. So this will be his last run. We got just over 3 minutes to go. So, well, the only thing for Soapy Melons is he's going to have to hope he doesn't get caught up in the traffic, because in about a minute's time everyone's going to be heading out on track, which will be about when he's going to be in the last sector at least. So that's the only thing for Soapy Melons that he needs to just be careful of.
Yeah, exactly that. And I'm trying to wonder what Soapy Melons was doing a moment ago with his gears. He was going up and down them very quickly. I'm trying to figure out what he was trying to do, but maybe just testing, making sure his reactions to them are quick enough as he goes to do what is going to be his final attempt.
Yeah, let's have a look. And there is an AlphaTauri leaving the pit lane, but apart from that, he should be okay. I'm not sure which one that is.
It's Liam.
It's Liam. So Liam, hopefully we'll see him and get nicely out of his way, as now they are starting to come out. Pyro's heading out, and so is Kyle, with 2 minutes to go. So Soapy Melons now coming through turn 2. A little bit wide, but I think he'll get away with that. And yes, Liam nicely out of the way. And yeah, 3/10 up already in the first sector. And that looked brilliant in turn 4. Riding on board. And that looked brilliant in turn 4. Looked almost like he barely lifted through there. A little bit wide in the chicane. Yeah, a little bit wide through there.
But yeah,
might have set him up okay.
27.2 in the first sector. That's matching the fastest.
A little bit down on the fastest in the middle sector, but he is nearly half a second up on his previous best. Everyone else is now out on track. The last one of them is Goblin, I believe. He'll just about get around in time. But Soapy Melons comes out of the last corner. He's 8th at the moment, and this puts him 5th on a 15.8. So good lap from him.
This is
now
Liam. Saucy.
It is really getting saucy. Liam under a bit of pressure with Kyle less than a tenth behind, and I certainly don't think we've seen the best from Stefan either, and possibly his teammate. So Liam could be feeling a bit of pressure here.
And Kronos out on used tyres.
Yes, well, I think he used soft tyres in the first part of the session, first part of qualifying, so he may not have any soft, and I'm sure he did 2 runs in Q2 as well, so I think he's possibly out of time.
Another 10th.
I know. He has got this absolutely set up perfect. I mean, I'm riding on board with him, and just the car is going exactly where he wants it. There's no oversteer, there's no understeer, there's no wheel spin, there's nothing.
And the timer has hit 0. All cars are on a lap, and he's found another 10th in the middle sector. He's now 2 tenths up. This is looking for a 114.
Yeah, I was just going to say, you said can we see 114? And it looks like Liam, if he keeps it together, might just do it.
That AlphaTauri is hooked up.
And Soapy Melon, yeah. So I just saw Soapy Melon along the pit straight. I think he spun as he crossed the line. Kyle is improving, but not enough. And he does a 15.2, remains second for now. Meatball's invalidated.
Here comes Pyro. 4th.
Yeah, 15.6 for Pyro. Fraction quicker than Stefan, but Stefan's improving as well. So is Goblin. Goblin's 4 tenths up on his previous best. Adam Fleets goes third. A 15.3. And Stefan goes second. This is insane. They are all so close together. What can Goblin do? He goes 5th. But look, apart from Liam, who's got a bit of a gap, look how close it is from 2nd down to 6th. There's a quarter of a second again. And Pyro and Soapy Melon's not that far behind either. This is going to be a very brilliant race, I think.
It's definitely going to be a tight one to call. I mean, Liam's definitely got the advantage there. That lap was out of this world. That was a lap and a half for a put through there. But yeah, like you say, 2nd to 6th, that is so close. And the 2nd covering the top 8, this is going to be one close race.
It is, and with the rain in there as well, it's that is just going to really throw the cat amongst the pigeons. Now, I'm not sure Liam's got a microphone, but I will try and invite him. And yeah, Steph, absolutely right. Crazy Q3, so close. Anyone there could have got there. And as what I was saying, a bit of a mistake for some. I mean, Adam did well under pressure on his last run and came through in the end with 4th place. It doesn't look like Liam does have a microphone, and I'm not sure Stefan does either, but I'll try. I will try and get one of the top 10.
I'm sure Stefan has. I think we've spoken to it before, but yeah, that is mental. I mean, I've raced here a few times, and I've not, in previous seasons, we've not seen lap times like that. It's just gotten a lot quicker, and it looks like the race is actually going to start in the wet.
Indeed, yes. So that. But from what I can see, if you look at the race director, I've got it up on the screen for those looking on Twitch. It looks like they're all starting on slicks. So unless that's an error, I don't know whether or not the rain is just going to go away very quickly. Maybe that's why they're all starting on slicks. But that is going to be an interesting one. It could be an error.
So Steph just put in the chat, the race to the start is in the wet, but it's forcing everyone to start on the dry tyres.
Oh.
So, yeah, it looks like there's been a bit of a game glitch there.
Well, I mean, they should be able to change it. They go in their race strategies. They should be able to change it, but I don't know. Maybe it is a glitch. There's not one that I've come across before. But anyway, we've got a few minutes break between now and the start of the race. I'm just going to go and grab a quick drink and get myself ready for the race. Gary, it's over to you, mate.
No worries. Well, as far as I'm aware, we're waiting to see what happens here with this tyre issue. But as for the track itself, I mean, Hungarian, it's been on the F1 calendar for years now. I'm actually going to. I didn't actually prepare myself tonight for track facts. I've been busy all day with work. So give me 2 seconds. But I mean, the Hungarian Grand Prix, it's been a staple hold of the Formula One calendar for quite a lot of years. And there we go, 1986, the first Grand Prix held here. That record here is a 116.6 race. That record, that is. And I mean, we're only just stone's throw away from Budapest, the main capital city of Hungary. And it's just such a thrilling circuit. Built inside the valley, it holds races not just for F1 but touring cars, GT racing and the like, and always does present a unique challenge to racers. So we will see how it goes. I mean, it's 35 laps, and yeah, starting where it's going to be interesting how it goes off, but we'll see what happens. See what the admins think about this tyre situation. It's a weird glitch, but yeah. I mean, let's just go back to qualifying. That lap, Liam, 114.9. Definitely putting us stable onto the season. He's been quick so far, and yeah, you're right, Steph. This rain is going to test their abilities. I mean, I would love to see if. Okay, so it looks like we are going to go racing on a wet track with dry tyres. So this brings back 2021 vibes, is it? Where Bottas ended up holding it into everyone. Damon Hill and Alonso first GP win at Hungary. I don't think it was. When I looked at the stats just a second ago, it said it was Ayrton Senna who was the first race winner of the Hungarian Grand Prix back in '86. Nelson Piquet, sorry. In his Williams. But yeah, a lot of big name drivers did get their first wins here. I mean, it was theirs, sorry. Yes, Damon Hill, Fernando Alonso, previous champions. Jenson Button as well. His first win came at this circuit. So it's a circuit famous for these situations. As the drivers now are away on the formation lap. So we do have. So we've got on pole position a Liam in the AlphaTauri. So in these incredibly wet conditions, he has decided to start on the softs. In all fairness, the softs are probably the best option in these sort of conditions. I mean, I can imagine everyone pitting after lap 1. Stefan will start alongside him on the front row. Second row consists of the Aston Martin of Kyle Maboon and the Alfa Romeo of Adam Fleets. And then row 3 occupied by Ferraris, Goblin and Meatbell. Row 4 is the second of the AlphaTauris of Pyro, and the first of the Red Bull was Soapy Melons. Row 5 is consisted of both McLarens, which is Kronos Grand and Rossi respectively. Then to follow up, row 6 is CR Mac in the second of the Red Bull, Davis in the Mercedes, and at the back on row 7 is Vibes and Tech Support. Now,
I'm back. I am back. Sorry.
I will ignore the possible race strategies that's just come up on my screen, saying a 2-stop race, both stops for dry tyres.
Yes, I have to say, I understand what everyone's saying about them not being able to change to wets, but Vibes is on hard tyres. And we've got a lot of drivers out there on mediums. If you're being forced to start on slicks and you're probably going to be pitting at the end of lap 1, why not start on the softs and give yourself the best possible chance of getting around the first lap? But, you know, it is what it is. Let's see what's going to happen. This is going to be probably the biggest test for the drivers we've ever seen in this league, to be honest. They've all got to somehow negotiate this first lap and not crash into each other. I apologise profusely for the camera angle and camera position that I have on screen. It is the most useful. I may as well have a camera in the pit lane as to how useful this is, looking at the back of the grid.
At least we can see the lights.
That's true. Yes, that's very true. I just can't see who's going to make a good start or not. Apparently, Adam Fleets has messaged saying that the game doesn't seem to think it's wet enough for the intermediates yet.
That would explain why it's put everyone on the slicks.
Yes, but it doesn't explain why they wouldn't be allowed to put on the inters at the start. But anyway, here we go. Lights out. Away we go. I can't see who's in the lead, but here we go. That's better. Liam has made a good start. Yeah, Liam has made a good start. Yeah, Adam Fleets is coming up the inside, or trying to, of Stefan. He's into second place, and they've all somehow tippy-toed through the first corner. And Kyle's up to second. Kyle's had a good start. But Liam leads. Goblin up to third. Stefan is struggling at the moment, it seems, with grip. He's trying to hang on round the outside, but what a start for Liam. And Goblin, bravely, in these conditions, on the slicks, has hung on around the outside and has taken third place. With the exception of Kyle, everyone else on the mediums is starting to struggle, and Vibes is really struggling on the hard tyres down near the back. But somehow they have all made it through. And I have to say, at the moment, I know it's raining, but they do look like they do have some semblance of grip. As I say that, Pyro goes wide at turn 8 and loses a position to Adam Fleets. But they do seem, to me, to have some grip out there. So we might just be at the crossover point. Oh, there's a car around. That's Pyro.
That was contact with Meatball.
Oh. Sorry, I forgot it goes into ghosting. I thought that was going to be Ross out of the race.
Yeah, that was contact with Meatball. Meatball was up the inside into turn 12 as Meatball now does pit. So actually,
yeah, and this yeah, I was going to say, it's an indication that there is some grip out there because everyone is pretty much staying out. We've got 3 cars in, Meatball, Kronos Grand, Vibes, and now Davis has joined him. If it does get wet enough for intermediates, those guys are going to be laughing and they will be the top 4 in the race. But we'll try and keep an eye on the gaps when they come out the pits. If they start closing up, it's ready for intermediates. But at the moment, Liam is flying over a 1 second lead at the start of the second lap. What a start for Liam. And Kyle's not doing badly either, in second place.
No, I mean, Kyle's actually pulling a bit of a gap to Goblin here. And this is, like you say, Kyle's on those medium tyres in these lower grip conditions, so he is doing well.
It's Sophie Melon's out. And that's a virtual safety car. Yes. So Sophie Melon's out of the race. It becomes our first retirement. I really do hope, I know a lot of drivers don't like to come and chat, but I want to try and talk to at least one of the drivers about the conditions out there. So I hope he does come and chat to us, because but it is only a virtual safety car. It's not a full safety car.
It's the conditions where the people who just pitted on the incidents would have wanted the full safety car because it will help them catch back up.
Yeah, I mean, Steph, I know you gave me this weather forecast. Do you know if this rain's going to be around for a while or if it's going to dry up quite quickly? Because, I mean, from what I can see, the rain's actually slowing down, and maybe staying on the slicks isn't such a bad idea. To be honest, it looks like it's slowing down a little bit to me. Steph saying the rain's going to be low for a while, from what she saw. So
DRS enabled.
Yeah, DRS has been enabled, so the stewards don't feel it's wet enough either. And Liam has lost half of his lead with that safety car restart. He was a second and a half in the lead. It's down to 8 tenths. Kyle on it there at the start.
Yeah, he got caught out. The virtual safety car ended literally as he was about to exit turn 1. So he was able to get the power down as soon as Kyle could. So Kyle managed to close that gap down.
Yeah, and also, I will just make a point here. Kronos Grand, who was the second of the cars to pit, is now 6 seconds in front of Meatball. Meatball must have gone off the track somewhere because he was in front of Kronos Grand under the virtual safety car, and now Kronos Grand is ahead of him. And the other point to make here is Kronos Grand is taking chunks at the moment out of Pyro in 9th place. He was 14 seconds behind him, and when we restarted, that's now down to 12, under 12 now. So the intermediates at the moment do look like they're the tire to be on, but how much longer? Because the rain looks like it's slowed down. And look at Liam struggling here with Kyle all over the back of him. The DRS is enabled. On board with Kyle. Is he going to be close enough? Where do you brake though in these conditions? It is so difficult. As Pyro's now in the pits. So it is Pyro. I'm surprised if he was going to do that. He didn't do that on the last lap under the virtual safety car, to be honest. So unless he's got damage, we did see him spin round.
Yeah, Mac had an issue there as well, because Mac dropped behind Pyro before Pyro came in. There you go, Kronos, fastest lap of the race.
Yeah, so the
Meatball was second faster.
Yes. So whatever Meatball's problem was, it's not affecting him now. He must have gone off because he was definitely in front of Kronos when they came in to pit. But as it stands, Kronos Grand could take the lead of the race. If they are going to all have to pit for intermediate, Kronos Grand is going to lead this race. He's 4.5 seconds clear of Meatball. Pyro has come out 3 seconds further back. Then we've got Vibes and Davis.
I think Liam's now got some temperature into those tyres. He's pulled over a second clear now of Kyle.
Yeah, and I'm just going to have a very quick look. I don't think the... well, I mean, Meatball is about 2.5 seconds quicker than Kyle. And Kyle's in the pits. Kyle is in the pit lane. But Liam's just done a 126 as well. So it really is right on the crossover point at the moment for slicks and intermediates. Liam is struggling. I just saw a big snap of oversteer on the way out of turn 2. Now, Kyle Maybon, where is he going to come out? I think he's going to be ahead of Kronos Grand. So maybe Kronos Grand isn't going to be in the lead. And Davis is out.
Davis out. Stefan's just pulled a move on Goblin. Or was he... Oh, he wasn't quite ahead at the safety time the safety car was called. But
yeah,
he was up the inside of turn 2.
Yeah, full safety car. Well... I'm just going to have a look whether if... Right, okay, those cars now still out there on slicks. They need to pit now. Because, of course, under the safety car, you lose much less time. With all the other drivers running to a delta, you're going to lose much less time making a pit stop now. So if they're going to stop, for instance, they have to stop now. Because otherwise they will lose the position. And surely, Gary, I mean, from your experience, you'd want to in this. Because falling temperatures, slick tyres on a damp track, that's not what you want, is it?
No, exactly that. I mean, the great thing is about having a safety car and needing to pit is a normal pit stop around this circuit. A pit stop loss is about 25 seconds. You pretty much half that in a safety car situation. So
yeah, Kyle will be kicking himself because he might even come out. Even tech support might be able to get out in front of him.
Yeah, because they've got. Because there's a gap of 16 seconds between Ross and tech support, so yeah,
top 4 are in, 5 are in.
Top 5 are in. So and Kronos has got a 3-second penalty for multiple warnings. That's track limits.
Yeah, and that's behind the safety car as well. Now Ross is carrying on. Ross is on the slicks. He's not pitting.
And Liam's gone onto a set of mediums.
And Liam's gone onto a medium. So has Stefan.
And Mac, unfortunately, he's just been caught speeding in the pits.
Well, already this is one of the most mental races I think I've ever commentated on, because there are a real mixture of slicks and intermediates going on here. The rain is coming down. I mean, looking at it from an outside perspective, I don't know what you think, Gary. The track doesn't look like the slicks would work. The track looks like intermediate conditions to me.
Look,
you can see
the track and look at the cars going around the track. You can see they are leaving what. So, and most racing drivers, when they see that, they just go, right, if the tram line is following the car or there's like a massive kick-off straight, which you're seeing here as they're following the safety car now, it is
and
wet
Liam's
tyres.
Gone off. Sorry, Liam has gone off behind the safety car and Goblin has taken the lead. So Liam came out on a set of medium tyres. He came out on the track in the lead, but he must have gone off somewhere because Goblin is now in the lead.
He's going to kick himself for that one, but we'll see how it goes. And I just want to say, I was just on CR Mac a moment ago, and he went into the pits, but then he was showing him on track out on the outside of turn 1. And it was still saying he was in the pit, and it looked like he was under AI control. So I'm not sure what's going on there.
One simple word for you, code masters.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did a two-player career race the other day with a mate of mine, and he managed to glitch from the pit lane at Silverstone into the middle of the track.
So
and he got, yeah.
I think Steph's kind of said why we've got Goblin now ahead of Liam. So apparently Liam isn't even on the screen for Goblin.
Yeah, and CR Mac is saying he's in the pits, but I don't know what's going on. Yeah, Kronos Grand is definitely in the pits. I can tell you that.
Yeah, I think something has definitely bugged out. I mean, I think I did see Davis left the session.
Yeah, Davis left the session. I think that's what is going on. It does tend to mess the lobbies up a little bit. But Kronos Grand has definitely pitted and put on a fresh set of intermediates. He's come out in 11th position. I will just give you the race order because it's messed around a lot. Goblin leads. There he is. He's on the intermediates. Second place. There he is in the... Right, there's the safety car. There is Goblin, your race leader. There's Liam in second. Behind that is Stefan. And behind that is Ross. Now, those three, Liam, Stefan and Ross, are still on the slick tyres. Liam and Stefan have stopped under this safety car and put on a fresh set of slicks. Ross has not stopped in this race yet, and he's up to 4th. Adam Fleets, there he is in the Alfa Romeo. He is 5th. He has stopped and is on intermediates. Tech Support is 6th on intermediates as well. Meatball stopped at the end of the first lap. He's on intermediates. He's 7th. Safety car's in at the end of this lap. Carl Maybon also stopped. He's on a set of slicks. He's 8th. And just to give you the rest of the runners, all on intermediate. CR Mac is 9th. Pyro is 10th. Kronos Grand has stopped twice and is in 11th. And Vibes is 12th. We've got 2 retirements, Davis and Soapy Melons. But Goblin now is the pace car effectively. He dictates the pace. How are those drivers on slicks going to be able to cope? Tyre temperatures coming down. That's probably why Goblin's running it right to the end as he is, because let their tyres drop. And again, there's spray coming out behind the cars. So you'd think the intermediates will be the tyres to be on. Stefan's had a good restart. Stefan's going to have a look down the inside. Adam Fleet is pouncing immediately as well down the inside of Ross. And Ross looks like he spun it. Ross has spun.
Contact with Meatball. Meatball's involved as well.
Yeah, I think Ross spun on his own and then Meatball collected him. Is there damage to either car? And Kronos Grand is out. Kronos Grand is out of the race.
I've just had word it's a lobby restart.
Ah, right.
Yeah, just had word, lobby restart because of what's happened since Davis left the lobby. It's confused the game's brain, basically. And that's why we're seeing the issues we're seeing.
Yes, all right, Steph, I've read the chat. I'm sorry I was in the heat of the moment. Jesus Christ. I've been told off by my mum. Love you, Steph. Right. Okay, so wonders of technology once again. We have a lobby restart. Apologies, everyone. Right, so here we go again. Well, I have to say though that I was actually really getting into that race up until that point. It was looking like it was going to be a very interesting one, but never mind.
Yeah, it was looking like it was going to become a race to behold for season 7. But well, hopefully when we get it
Well
back
done,
going
Jake.
again, it will start again.
Yes, but it wouldn't at all surprise me now if everyone starts on intermediates.
Well, let's hope. Yeah, let's hope the game doesn't put everyone on sticks in wet conditions again.
I have to say though, in fairness to everyone, well done to everyone for that driving. I mean, I know there was a couple of little incidents, but you know what? Slick tyres on a damp track, and there was no major accidents into the first couple of corners. Everyone was very well behaved, and that was excellent driving from everyone there.
Yeah, didn't have a Bottas moment at turn 1. That's that was the best thing about it.
No, or a Goblin moment from his first ever race in the league. He did something similar, but never mind. He doesn't like me mentioning it very much. Love you, Dan.
So
And Vibes saying, yeah, that Vibes is saying as well that his weather was saying the slicks were the best tyre for the whole time as well. So yeah, I have had races like this before myself when I've been doing online stuff and career modes. I've had races. I think I had one at Zandvoort where it was like that. It was raining through the whole race, but the slicks were the tyres to be on. It was very, very bizarre. So it does seem to happen on occasion. But right, here we go again.
yeah, let's take 2, and hopefully this time it will be. Yeah,
Jamie, no, I don't. Everyone's a critic.
I know everyone's a critic when they don't race.
I know, innit? These former drivers that come along and think they know everything. You're definitely not getting an invite now, Jamie. You can sod off. Right, will Jake rejoin, I wonder? Or has he left?
I think he is out because, from what I understand, they're doing. So the restart is going to be a 35% race, and it's going to be the grid order as of when the safety car came out. So unfortunately, because when Jake caused the safety car, he is officially out of the race now.
Okay, so yes, I've just noticed that 25 laps. So yes. Oh, right. So officially, we've had a red flag, and we're going to get going again with the race order. And no, Jamie, you don't all call me Wreckfest Dixon. That's just you. That is definitely just you.
I mean, Wreckfest is a good
Stephanie,
game.
it is an excellent game. I was very good at it, surprisingly. Steph, you need to tell your other half to choose a car.
Oh, there's always one.
League-
There's always one that
I know,
wants to
there's-
get things done quickly.
I know, these league owners, should know what they're doing by now. Never had this in my day. Mainly because I didn't race, so.
I'm just waiting for you to get the stream on.
Just don't you start.
But it was either that or what was the other issue you had? Your microphone, wasn't it?
I don't know what you're talking about. It was kind of an irony that the one time I got a microphone that started working is the one time I started working Saturdays.
Yeah.
So kind of an irony in there somewhere.
Yeah. I mean, my new job being a good old bus driver.
Oh, that's all right. You'll all be on strike again soon.
No, that's not us. That's trains. Train drivers like that bit.
Yeah, bus drivers will jump in on the action soon.
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, it could be worse. We could be French. No offense to any French people watching. But the French do love the strike.
So Gary's just got GXRS banned from his entire country. Well done.
No, it's honest though.
Jamie's taking it to a completely different level on the chat. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna say it out loud.
Yeah.
But anyone who sees the chat, hello Dave. Apologies for JB. You'll get used to him. We're still waiting for Goblin to choose a car. Cough, cough, Steph, cough, cough. Because everyone's starting to ready up. So he needs to pick one soon.
He's probably sorting out the grid as well. Not only that, I've just noticed actually, Soapy Mellons, he did DNF before the safety car. So, there we go. So he is not able to restart either. So we are down to 12 cars. Jamie, unfortunately, I don't drive a Bendy bus. Bus company down here that I work for, well, any bus company down here, they don't have any Bendy buses. It's just your normal single and double deckers.
I mean, I have to say that would be a fantastic announcement. To, you know when they put the things out saying bus stop closed. Bus stop closed because bus driver is playing F1 on Xbox tonight.
Yeah. So, yeah, official news from Steph. Similar weather conditions, formation at 35% race, and the lineup will be from before the safety car. So, basically, Davis's crash has caused a red flag.
Yeah.
So, it will be Liam and... I don't know, who would have been with him at the front end.
Goblin was leading from Liam, and I think it was Kyle. Third. Good. I mean, if only there were people, keeping an eye on the race to be able to tell everyone exactly what was going on, eh?
Exactly. But no, I think what Steph's saying is actually before the safety car came out. So before they made their pit stops in it, before Goblin's game decided Liam didn't exist anymore.
Right. Yes. Liam was leading from Kyle at that point, because they were having a pretty close battle. Kyle dived into the pit, but there again, Kyle dived in the pits the lap before the safety car, so he won't be at the front.
We'll have to see.
So I think it will be Liam from Goblin.
And in all honesty, Jamie, I don't care about the football.
And especially not such a useless team. I was just about to swear on stream. I thought better of it. Yeah, Jamie, I don't know if you've noticed, but this is an F1 stream. If you want a football stream, go and find someone playing FIFA.
And Steph, I mean, it's good that you guys have tried your best to try and get the right grid order, but obviously, you're always going to get one person.
Yeah, and honestly, I think this is probably the best solution. I think that is the fairest thing to do. We were a little way into the race, and I think it is the right thing to do. It's good they've got the 35% races on here now, that we can do this kind of thing. It does make it a lot easier, and like Vibe said, it's going to be an interesting race from now on to see who can master these conditions. We saw, I mean, there was some very good driving going on, but we did see a couple of people struggling. Ross spun, as we saw at the safety car restart. Will it allow people now to start on intermediates as well? That'll be the other thing. I'm
going to have a look, and yeah, all 12 drivers are starting on the intermediates.
Right, so there we go. So let me I'll get it up on screen for everyone watching the stream. This is going to be the race order at the restart. We're going to have a formation lap as well, but this was the order when the safety car was first deployed. So Liam is going to be on the front row with Goblin alongside him. Stefan in third. Ross, well, he'll be feeling a bit dizzy, I think, right now, up there in fourth place in the McLaren. Don't forget, he did not stop in the first part of the race at all. That's why he's so far up at the moment in fourth. Adam Fleet's in fifth. Tech Support in sixth. Meatball seventh. He stopped at the end of the first lap, if you remember, in the first part of the race. So he will be kicking himself. So will Kyle. He was up there fighting Liam for the race lead, and then he made a pit stop for the intermediates just before the red flag. So he's going to be starting 8th on the grid. CR Mac 9th, Pyro is 10th, Kronos Grand is going to be 11th, and Vibes is 12th. Kronos Grand made 2 pit stops before the safety car. So he was looking strong at one point, but he is going to be starting 11th. And
So
as I said, Vibes at the back.
This is going to be interesting then. So what progress can Kyle make from here now? Like you say, he's going to be kicking himself after making that pit stop. But let's see if he can put that behind him and then make the moves forward that he's going to need to do if he wants to challenge Liam for that win.
Yes, and looking at the conditions, they look worse to me. So definitely intermediate weather.
Yeah, 100%. As Goblin drifting through turn 1.
Yes, so let's see. I mean, Liam, we saw, I know he was on slicks, but he didn't look quite as planted as he did in qualifying. But now he's on intermediates. Will that help him or hinder him at all in this race? Stefan looked quick. How about Ross there in 4th place? If he makes a good start, he's not. He was saying earlier he does feel quite confident in the wet conditions, so he could be one to watch there in 4th position. And as we were saying, some people out of position. You're saying Meatball, Kyle, and Pyro out of position there, 7th, 8th, and 10th on the grid. But you never know what's going to happen here. It is going to be fast and furious 25 laps of this race.
Yeah, and let's just not forget, it is going to dry out towards the end. When does it dry out? When does it become optimal for the slicks? And which slicks do you go for? It's not going to be the hard tyres. We're definitely going to be sure of that. But will it be short enough for the softs, or will it be too long? You have to go to the mediums. We will soon find out. And like I say, it is going to be a fast and furious 25 laps. Interesting 25 laps. I'm going to actually sit on board with Kyle on the start here because I want to see what kind of moves he makes.
Yeah, and again, apologies for the absolutely appalling camera position. I have no power over that at all. I wish they would for the next game or some game let you, if you're doing something like this, actually be in control of what camera you're on, because that would be so much better.
Oh, massively, because like you say, just watching back of the cars is a bit.
Yeah, I'm going to do the beginning of the start at least from Liam's perspective, because he's got to be better. Right, lights out. Away we go. A lot of wheel spin there from Liam as they get away down towards turn 1, but he moves across. He has taken the lead. Stefan's had another good start. Adam's coming through. Meatball's had a blistering start. Already up 2 places. Stefan trying to go around the outside of Goblin. Meatball's up to 4th at the start. What a start from him.
Yeah.
But Goblin's hung on to 2nd.
Unfortunately, the McLaren of Ross, not such a great start. He's down to 9th already.
Yes, and Meatball and Adam Fleets wheel to wheel. Oh, so close. Well done to the pair of them there. They just gave him enough space.
Outside of Fleets to turn 4. He's trying to make it work. Has to back out eventually.
Yeah, Pyro's had a good start as well. Up 3 places from his starting position. Up to 7th. And Vibes up 3 places as well. Up tonight. The big losers there at the start, you'd have to say Ross, CR Mac and Kronos Grand. They're all down at the back.
And Kyle and Adam Fleets are both battling wheel to wheel, and Pyro takes the pair of them almost. Pyro side by side with Kyle.
Yeah,
and
this is
Texport's in there as well.
And Kyle's refusing to give up. Kyle's refusing to give up. And somehow they haven't made significant contact and spun each other around. And now, and there was a touch there. Pyro just touched the back of Kyle. But I think you'll get away with it. The 5 of them so close together. And behind that, the 2 McLarens were getting together as well. A bit of contact there with CR Mac in the middle of it. But Liam leads across the line at the end of the first lap by 3/4 of a second from Goblin. The top 4 in this race are stretching away. We saw that incredible battle between the next group of 5. Kyle, Pyro, Fleets, Texport and Vibes. And they are 2 seconds behind.
Vibes now looking to the outside of Texport turn 2. Doesn't quite get there. again, yeah, just constantly battling in the second pack. Kyle's made a bit of ground now to Pyro.
Oh, and Seven's past Goblin.
Found
Seven,
outside the 4.
Yeah, I think Goblin made a mistake in 3, and Seven had the run, and he was pretty much ahead. And Dave, I don't know what you're talking about. And why is everyone picking on me tonight? I mean, what the hell's going on here? Anyway, Liam leads by 2 seconds. Now, with all this battling going on. But yeah, I'm pretty sure Goblin made a mistake in 3, because Stefan had such a run on him up towards turn 4. And Meatball nearly found a way past as well. But all this is out. And Vibes is out!
Oh, no, not Vibes. And that's at turn 12, at the entry to turn 11, sorry. Entry to 11, so he's lost it through turn 10.
Yes, he's out of this race. And we have a safety car. Now, Liam is coming in to the pits. They're all coming in. Now, what is this for?
No, Ferraris have stayed out.
Okay, so Liam and Stefan are in. The 2 Ferraris and Carl Maybon. Now, are they taking a gamble? The rain looks like it's lightened a little bit. Surely they're not going to try slicks here. Surely.
They are. They're going on to mediums.
Wow, that is a brave call. Wow, that's a brave call. Take so 3 cars out on medium tyres. Liam, Stefan and tech support, but surely it is too soon. Would you not think that is too soon? I mean, Kronos Grand has pitted and he's put another set of intermediates on. The rain is stopping, according to Steph. Yeah, it is, but but even so, from what, just looking at the track conditions, there's no, that's a very, very brave call.
Well, I'm trying to look at obviously looking at spray, still spray coming out behind the cars, but the tram lines aren't so apparent at the moment. And there is, just as you've seen there, one of the shots, does seem like there is a drier line starting to appear on the racing line.
Yeah, the only thing is, though, behind the safety car, is they're not going to be clearing that water away that quickly.
So the rain's definitely easing up, but yeah, like you say, it's not going to clear up so quickly. They may struggle for the first few laps, but if it's only a couple of laps and it dries up, then these guys have pulled an absolute masterstroke of a strategy.
Yeah, and I mean, what would you do if you were Kronos Grand right now? Would you just pit again and just put on this a set of slicks? Because if that is the thing to do, then he's got nothing to lose there, is he? He's last. He's got nothing to lose.
He's got nothing to lose. So in that situation, if you've got nothing to lose, yeah, why not? Stick him on. But it also
and a few more are coming in. Yeah, a few more are coming in. Meatball's coming in. Kyle's coming in. Pyro's coming in. Goblin is staying out. So is Fleet. And surprise, surprise, so is Ross. CR Mac is staying out as well. So there are others thinking the same thing. Kronos Grand is coming in.
Now, I can see why both Ferraris in the pit, because they would have had to double stack and they're too close together, and one of them would have lost a lot of places from it. So
yeah, I mean, it did look to me from what I saw when they come in, it looked like a bit of gamesmanship going on, because Meatball went into the pits very, very late. It was like he was waiting to see what Goblin was doing and then made his decision accordingly. That's what it looked like to me. I might be wrong. I mean, yeah, they would have had to double stack, but I mean, it wouldn't have really. They'd have only lost a couple of places because Meatball's down in 8th place at worst.
I'm looking here. This shot down from turn 4 down to turn 3. The rain has stopped, and it looked like Goblin and Ross were both looking for the wetter parts of the circuit. So it is definitely getting to the point now where it is for the stick tyre runners. So yeah, Tech Sports played this line for me as well, because he was at the back of that 5-car battle, and he's now going to come out ahead of them all. Yeah, he's ahead of Meatball.
Yeah. And we're riding on board with Goblin at the moment in the lead of this race. And you're right, it has stopped raining. The sun is trying to come out from behind those clouds. It's looking a lot brighter out there. So now what do these guys do? I mean, I think the safety car will probably be coming in at the end of this lap. Do they just do a lap or two and try and get a bit of speed? Or do they... Yeah, the safety car's in, and yeah, look, Goblin's on the wet part of the track there.
Yeah, so Goblin, Ross, Mac, they're going to have massive pain here. What they do, like you say, do they pit now and take the pain down, hope for another late safety car, or try and stick it out and hope for a safety car sooner? I think, personally, I personally would pit now, take the pain now, and hope there's a safety car later on.
Yeah,
But
and Kronos Rand, by the way, keep an eye on him.
That.
No, keep an eye on Kronos Rand at the back, by the way. He's put on a set of soft tyres.
Ross
and there is a car coming. Ross is coming in. Yeah, Ross is in. So Ross actually technically leads the race right now in the pit lane. But here we go. We're back underway again. Goblin leads us away from Fleet. CR Mac right behind him in second place. Third place, but CR Mac trying to go around the outside of Adam Fleet. And he's almost made that stick. That's a brilliant move if he has. What a move by CR Mac.
They're still side by side.
Yeah, and Adam had a better exit. And Liam and Stefan wheel to wheel as well. That is the fight for the net race leaders. Still Stefan refusing to yield. They're just giving each other space. And still Stefan around the outside. How are they not made contact?
Yeah, I mean,
brilliant racing between those two.
Great racing. Stefan did go off track, but yeah, you could argue maybe got forced off. But yeah, great wheel-to-wheel racing. No real contact, but the track has now dried out. That is a quick transition there.
Yeah, very, very quickly. I can still see little patches of water offline, but now these top three are going to have to stop.
And Liam's already past the Mac. Already the slicks have just slingshotted past the intermediates, and Stefan already now outside into turn 13. Yeah, CR Max sliding into the house there as here we go. The rest of the intermediate tyre runners are in.
Yeah, what a difference a lap makes here, because the intermediate still looked like they're a bit on the crossover at the start there, but Liam leads. So let's just run through the race order now. As CR Mac, he did that in the first race as well, didn't he, with that 5-second penalty? But Liam leads. Stefan is second. Meatball is third in the Ferrari. Now, don't forget, he restarted this race down in 7th place. He's up to 3rd. Tech Support is up to 4th. Pyro is 5th. Carl Maybont is 6th. Kronos Grand is up to 7th. Ross has actually jumped those guys that he was behind. So pitting that one lap earlier has moved him up to 8th place. He's in front. There he is. Ross in the McLaren in front of Goblin and Fleet. And then CR Mac just behind them in 11th place in the Red Bull.
Yeah, Goblin's going to be kicking himself for that one.
He is. You've got to say, Liam's got a 1 second lead, but everyone else is nose to tail behind that. From second all the way down to Kronos Grand in 7th place. They're all nose to tail. And now even Stefan is back within DRS range of the race leader. So we've got 7 cars going to be within DRS range of each other, and the DRS should be enabled at the beginning of this lap.
Well, Stefan did have the purple middle sector, and there you go, fastest lap of the race for Stefan. He is closing in. He closing in 4 tenths through the last 2 sectors alone.
Yes, and the DRS has been enabled. So, well, Steph was saying there was a 13 car nose to tail in the last race. Well, you've got 7 here as Goblin gets past Ross. So Goblin is up to 8th in front of Ross, and Ross has now got to look out for Adam Fleet's right behind. CR Mac doesn't look that quick at the moment, falling back if anything from those two in front of him as Adam Fleet's up round the outside of Ross. Can't quite make it through there, but he is in a much, much faster car. He's had a good run here. This is going to be brave. On board, round the outside of turn 4. Can he make it stick? What a move from Adam Fleet. Round the outside of turn 4. Total respect from both drivers there. They just gave each other space, and Adam Fleet made it stick. What a move. He had to do that, and he is now up into 9th place.
Yeah, he definitely didn't need to do that if he wants to just keep up with Goblin. However, I would think Stewart might want to look at that one. He did go off the track at the exit of turn 4, so he may get looked into for it. As Meatball now with the fastest lap.
Yeah, and they're all being pulled along by each other now with that DRS change. Kyle's actually Cole Maidmon's actually dropped back a little bit. And Kronos Grand is all over the back of him. And can't quite get the run. And look at that. Goblin into the 1:17s. He's 16 seconds off the back of the leading pack. So that's going to be an interesting one now to see if he can close that gap up. And I'm surely he's going to drag Adam with him, who's a second and a half behind. But what a race we've got up the front. The top 7 nose to tail.
It's just one long crocodile. And yeah, Kronos was putting Kyle on some big pressure early in that, but he looks like he may have just overheated those soft tyres. And he's, now dropping back. He's sliding all over the place. Just needs to calm it down a little bit.
Yeah, dropped out of DRS range as well. So that's going to be a struggle. In a DRS train like this, if you drop out of it, it's so hard to get back into it because they all start pulling each other along. So it's going to be hard for Kronos, I think, from here. And surely you would think he's going to have to stop. Those softs will not make it to the end from here, you wouldn't have thought. But here we go, on to lap 9. Liam from 7. You've got to say, Liam is driving very well out front. He's getting enough of a gap through the rest of the lap. So, I mean, even with DRS, Stefan can't get near him.
Yeah, he's using his battery power well as well. I've noticed he's very conservative with where he's deploying to try and combat that DRS. I mean, the DRS is not as effective here as it is at other circuits, but it's still effective enough, and he's just doing everything right just to keep Stefan behind and hoping that Meatball gets attached to the back of that Haas.
Yeah, and Pyro and now Kronos Grand have both got penalties. Ross and CR Mac wheel to wheel, and CR Mac's made it stick. And CR Mac now moves into 10th place, the last points paying position. But you've got to say as well, Pyro will be kicking himself with that penalty, because with how close it is, that could we could win this race and end up still finishing down in 6th position with that penalty. It's that close at the moment.
Yeah,
so they come through to
complete. It just shows how tight the margins are around here.
Yeah, definitely. And Kronos Grand, as I said earlier, he is falling back. He's now over 2 seconds behind this group. But the top 6, nose to tail. Stefan a little bit closer this time. Oh, and Pyro having to go defensive from Kyle. And Kyle's gone for it up the inside. And he's made it stick. So Kyle up to 5th. He's taken that from Pyro.
That was a great move. Pyro looking into turn 2.
Weaving about.
And there was contact.
Yeah, Pyro breaks so late into 2. And he just undersees straight into the side of Kyle. So that's dropped those two actually out of that battle now. Because they're now 2 seconds behind the top 4.
But the biggest thing, has that caused any damage to Kyle's car? Has he got floor damage from that?
Yeah, that is a possibility. But look how close certainly the top 3 are. Tech Support keeping a watching brief there in 4th position. But it is so close at the front of this race. Goblin, by the way, is taking about between 1.5 seconds and 2 seconds a lap out of Kronos Grand at the moment in his pursuit of 7th place. And Kyle has thrown it up the inside of turn 12. Kyle and Pyro. Oh, they're having a bit of a feisty battle here, it has to be said. Pyro tried again into the penultimate corner and made contact with the rear wheel of Kyle. They are having a bit of a feisty battle. They're going to have to just cool it down, guys. Because Kronos Grand is catching them. Pyro's coming back again with DRS.
And Kyle, so much brake later on the brake. And again, more contact in the middle of turn 1 there.
Yeah, Pyro just ran him out of road. But Pyro had the DRS down the next straight, so it keeps him in front for now. And look at Kronos coming back at the pair of them as well. This is what it costs you doing this kind of thing. They're now 4. Oh my goodness me!
This is
getting silly, guys.
Yeah.
And CR Max round.
CR Max round. It is battle with Ross, but yeah, this is getting ridiculous now between these two.
Yeah, and look, I mean, Kronos Grand, they're trying to take advantage around the outside. Just need to calm this down, guys. Who are going to take each other out of the race. I mean, they were in the leading fight at the safety car restart. They're now 5 seconds down the road. That's how much time they're costing each other. And, yeah, getting a little bit hot under the collar, I think, the pair of them. Certainly some quite silly moves going on at the moment from what we've seen.
And back at the front here, it's Meatball right under the rear wing of Stefan. Both of them with DRS, and actually, here's Stefan looking towards the inside of Liam. Too far back, doing anything into turn 1. Can he get the run into turn 2? 6/10 covers the top 3 at the moment as tech support's dropping out of the DRS zone now.
Yes, and well, I mean, tech support here. I mean, if anything happens with those top 3, with them being so close, I mean, we see what's going on with Kyle and Pyro, but if anything happens with those top 3, he could be right in there. So it's not all. And Meatball's had a good run out of 5, not quite close enough to have a look at 7, and Pyro's out. Pyro is out of the race.
And it's triggered a full safety car.
Yes.
So
those guys who lost
5.
out. Yeah, those. I think he maybe spun out of 4 and into the wall. But those guys who missed out. Oh, Kyle got a drive-through penalty.
Now Kyle's got a penalty. Yeah.
Those who yeah, that's going to ruin his race, and he has to serve that after the safety car. But those who lost out with the pitting too late for the intermediate, they're going to be very pleased with it. It enables them to close the gap. Will Kronos Grand pit as well? The top 3 are in, and top 4 are in, and so's Kyle Maybom.
So, are these guys going to come on to the soft tyre? It looks like Ferrari have got the soft tyre out for Meatball.
Yeah, what is Goblin going to do? Is he going to pit as well? No. Yeah, yes, he is.
Yes, he has. He's far enough back that the double stack will work for him.
So it's a set of mediums for most of them, except for Meatball. Meatball's gone onto a set of softs.
So
I mean, that's still I mean, it's still going to be tough to get them to the end. We're only halfway through the race here.
Yeah, Goblin goes onto a set of mediums as well, so everyone going for a set of mediums except for Meatball. So unless Meatball's confident he can get themselves to the end.
Yeah, I mean, he generally, from what I remember from before, he generally is very good at looking after his tyres. But of course, in the heat of battle, and especially where he is, behind 2 other cars, they're going to overheat. So that's going to be a challenge for him to keep them alive. Ross has also gone to a set of soft tyres, running in 9th place. CR Mac serving his penalty here.
Soft.
Yeah. CR Mac had a 5-second penalty from speeding in the pit lane under the last safety car. He's now stopped and has served that penalty. So very late call from CR Mac. He was almost halfway around the last corner before he decided to dive in. So, but he is back out on track now. So everyone has stopped under this safety car. But don't forget, Kyle Maybon, running 5th, has a drive-through penalty, and he has to wait until the safety car comes in to serve it. So that is going to drop him to the back. So unlucky there for Kyle.
Well, the thing to look at there is, well, in that stint, so Kronos took those soft tyres 8 laps. Now, it didn't look like they had gone up completely. It looked like he overheated them. So if Meatball does look after these soft tyres, when we get back racing, it's going to be about 10, 11 laps left. Those soft tyres will more than likely make that distance as long as he looks after them and keeps them in good enough condition.
Yeah, but as I was saying, it's going to be hard to do that as well when he's going to be in the dirty air of the 2 in front of him. They're going to overheat quicker, so it's going to be more of a challenge for him to do that. But you never know. If he has a good start and gets past the 2 in front of him, that would really help him as well. So he is going to have extra grip at the restart. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting last 11 laps of this race. 11 laps to go after the one they're on. I would think CR Mac will catch up before the end of the race, so they should possibly bring in the safety car at the end of this lap.
Yeah, it should be this lap. Yeah, CR Mac's only 7.5 seconds from the back of the field. He should be caught up around, well, before they get into the middle sector, really. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. We'll see what Meatball can do on those softs. He's going to have, like you said, he's going to have lots of grip off the restart, but can he put that to good use?
Yeah, it's going to be, well, it's going to be a challenging last year. I mean, anyone can win this race still. Certainly, I would say anyone in the top 4 can win this race, and don't rule out the likes of Goblin and Fleets coming through either. This race is probably one of the most open ones I've seen for a while. I mean, we have got used to sort of regular-ish winners. Certainly since Meatball's come back, he's won a lot of races. But this race is wide open to anyone. Don't rule anyone out of winning this race yet.
No, exactly that. And safety car is in this lap, so Liam will now back the pack up. He will set the pace. And from the early restart, we saw he went quite late. He went on the exit of the final corner, which did catch someone off guard. Which did catch people off guard. He got a bit of a gap. Actually,
and also, when will Kyle? Yeah, when will Kyle serve his drive-through? Will he do it straight away, or will he do another couple laps? It's like he's going to go round again for another lap or two.
Following around. So I would imagine he does it on this first flying lap. As here comes Meatball already down the inside of Stefan.
Yeah, very good traction out of the last corner, and Meatball straight up into second place. Liam's is going to have his hands full now to keep that Ferrari behind. CR Max got past Ross as well at that restart. No other changes down into turn 1. Jamie saying Stefan for the win. Well, he's already lost a place there, Jamie. But like I said, don't rule anyone out of winning this race yet. It is wide open.
Yeah, I mean,
but
Stefan,
Liam, I think
Meatball still needs to get those tyres to the end of the race. So
yeah,
even if he does get past Liam here, he's then got to go into tyre conservation mode, and that will just help the likes of Liam and Stefan stay with him as Kronos gets past Kyle there.
Yeah, Kronos up to 5th. I don't know if Kyle made a mistake. He must have done. They're right in the middle of the track, and look at Kyle now having to defend from Goblin, and Goblin's through. I think Kyle might have lost connection.
It does seem like that. Yeah, he's gone into Sky's mode, so he has lost connection, unfortunately, there. That's a shame. Kyle was looking very quick, even without the drive-through penalty. He was looking at one of the quickest drivers out on track.
Yeah, so Meatball, fastest lap of the race. Now, what would you think here, Gary? If Meatball can get past Liam, would he just go for it, use up those soft tyres and try and build a lead? Or would he just try and back him up and look after him as much as he can? Because he could use an extra grip from the softs to try and build a few seconds lead and hope that's enough in the closing stages.
You could, yeah. I mean, you have definitely got those two different strategies, but if you were to play it smart and you get those soft tyres to the end, you want enough grip throughout the rest of the race to be able to produce a consistent pace to match the medium tyres when the soft tyres do wear out. So I would say employ the Carlos Sainz strategy of Singapore last season of, yeah, okay, you keep the car behind you within your own DRS, but by doing that you're conserving your tyres and you're also keeping the car behind you in the DRS as well. So the car behind you can't risk making a dive on you because he then may lose a position to the car behind him. It's sort of a cat and mouse sort of game.
Yeah, definitely. But at the moment, Meatball still needs to find a way past Liam. The DRS will be enabled once again. Here we go. So next time round, they'll be able to use the DRS. Will that help Meatball? And once again, these top 3 with tech support just behind are pulling away from the rest of the field.
Just made a move for 5th against Kronos here into turn 1 down the inside, and he's now going to complete it on the run down to turn 2.
Yeah, so Goblin up to 5th. Can he close up on those leading 4? Kronos is going to have to watch out though, because just behind them is Adam and CR Mac, who's also on those soft tyres. So at the moment though, everyone who finishes this race will get points. So they're going to want to not throw it into a wall at some point, because they're guaranteed points at the moment. But can Goblin, as I said, close up on those top 4. 2.5 seconds behind them. He's certainly going to try and give it his all. Got to say, once again, Liam is doing a good job of just building a little bit of a gap in the middle sector.
I was going to say, Liam, he's got some great pace, even on the medium tyres. He's opened the gap up to half a second now to Meatball. And actually, stretching it even further. Meebo now maybe having to look behind him towards Stefan.
Yeah, but here comes Meebo. He's got some good straight line speed on that Ferrari. He's going to throw it up the inside. And wow, I didn't expect that straight line speed. We're having a bit of contact on the exit. Can Liam come backing him down into turn 2? They're still making contact. Liam's up the inside. They will. There's contact. Liam spun. Liam has spun.
And so Stefan's round.
Wow.
Catastrophe there at turn 2.
And a safety car.
Safety car. That will be for the Brit. So that will probably be Stefan that was in the wall. He has lost his front wing. What about Liam though? Has Liam got any damage there? And doesn't look like he's still got his full front wing, so he's still going to go for it. But wow.
Yeah, well, I mean, again, maybe a touch impetuous. I mean, just what I saw, but Liam did brake very late for turn 2, made contact with the wheels of Meatball, and that's always going to spin you around in that situation. That's always going to do it. And from what I saw, Stefan just kind of spun in sympathy. I don't think there's any contact with anyone. I think he just spun in sympathy, really. So
it looked to me, so it basically looked like a replay of Pyro versus Kyle into turn 2 there, where the AlphaTauri just braked way too late for the corner, and it just, basically then used the other car to slow you down, which, like with the Pyro incident, makes you spin as, there we go, people are pitting. But
I'm surprised at that, actually, especially those on mediums. I'm surprised they're pitting, to be honest. I'm very surprised they're pitting, because the mediums would definitely go to the end. Meatball I can understand, perhaps, worried about making the softs last. But you never guess who's now in the lead of this race. It's Ross. Ross has stayed out. And Ross leads the Grand Prix. There's a sentence I never thought I'd say. No offence, Ross. But Ross has stayed out and leads this race on lap 19.
And the Ferrari strategy is just
it's messed up Goblin. I saw Goblin having to queue.
He's dropped back behind Kronos and Fleets now.
Yes. Right, let me run you through the race order once again, because as I said, do not rule anyone out of winning this race. The race order now under another safety car. Ross leads in the McLaren. Meatball is second in the Ferrari. Tech Support is third in the Alpine. Kronos Grand is up to fourth. At the moment, McLaren are having the best day of their lives, first and fourth. Adam Fleets is fifth in the Alfa Romeo. As Gary was just saying, Goblin got caught out there a little bit by having to stack up and wait in the pit lane behind his teammates. So he's dropped to sixth. CR is seventh. Liam is eighth in the AlphaTauri. Ninth is Stefan, and Kyle is 10th. Now, what do you do if... No, I mean, what do you do if you're Ross? We have seen him before, where he knows there's quicker cars coming along. He doesn't fight it too hard. But in this situation, the safety car's going to be out for another lap. He's going to have 5 laps at the moment. And he's in the lead of the race. Surely, this is his best opportunity. If he can defend, which we know he can do, we have seen it before. If he can defend, surely he will, and go for the race victory. Do you think?
I mean, it's definitely an option, but his tyres are 6 laps older than those around him. Those tyres
they are, but also. I know, but also when you think though, when he stopped before, it was under the safety car, and now we've had another couple of laps under the safety car. So those tyres at most have only done really 4 laps at speed around the racetrack. So I think from here, those tyres can go to the end quite comfortably now.
He'll be able to get them to the end, but it depends on what condition they're going to be in. Sure,
yes,
for the first couple of laps, he might be able to keep them behind, but he will start to struggle, and the likes of Meatball and Tech Support, they'll find a way past quite quickly.
Yeah, but I mean, well, it's a situation he's not been in before. I mean, I know he was in the league a long time ago. I don't even think he's ever done a safety car restart in this league either, Ross. So completely new experience of him up the front of the race. Will the safety car, I think Ross will be praying it'll be out for another lap, but it is coming in at the end of this lap, the safety car. So Ross, I'm pretty sure for the first time ever, now becomes the safety car. He dictates the pace. It's up to him when he puts the foot down. Just got to wait for the safety car to get into the pit lane. And, well, he's going to be under pressure now with 5 racing laps to go. Just very quickly, get your vote in for driver of the day. Put the name of the driver who you think deserves it into the chat. And we'll tally them up as we go along. But, well, as I say, don't rule anyone out of winning this race. Meatball's had a cracking restart. But Ross does seem to have a bit of the straight line speed, but Meatball's coming alongside. And Meatball immediately takes the lead. And look at Kronos Grand up the inside and takes the ball. And his teammate. Kronos Grand has taken almost 2 places at once. Ross coming back at him.
Here comes Adam Fleets around the outside of Kronos.
Yeah,
So
takes the ball.
Ross
Lost 2 places in that corner. But Kronos Grand, surely Ross will let him go and try and hold them up for him, because this is a good opportunity for Kronos here as well. But he's not
Ross
quite close enough.
on.
He is. And, well, they don't want the 2 McLaren. They will not want them touching. Kronos Grand is now going through. Look at the lead for Meatball as Kronos Grand. Oh, there is contact on Ross's round. Ross is almost spun.
Oh, that's a shame for the 2 McLarens.
It is. They could, like I said, they could and maybe should have worked together there. Ross could have let his teammate go and then backed the pack up to help his teammate out. But Meatball leads by nearly 3 seconds.
And Kyle from the very back is in 6th.
Yeah, he's had a cracking restart. But now, and Adam Fleets has taken 2nd. Adam Fleets up into 2nd place in the Alfa Romeo.
But it's a 3-second gap to Meatball already.
Yeah, he pounced, didn't he? Down in turn 1, and here comes tech support up the inside of Kronos. Let's have a look. Kronos trying to hang on. Out. Yeah, but tech support, good straight line speed. The unfortunate thing is for Kronos, he does have a penalty to serve at the end of this race. So at the moment, he's going to drop down to at least 7th or 8th. But the race leader for a long time at the start was Liam. He is down in 7th position, and I just wonder if that contact he had might have damaged the floor, because he's not, with the pace he had, you thought he'd be all over the back of the cars in front. At the moment, he isn't. Kyle is giving Goblin a hard time a bit at the moment as well, and Kyle's trying to go around the outside. That is a fantastic move from Kyle, around the outside of the flat out turn 10 and down the inside of 11, and now Liam pounces as well. Does look as if that Goblin's not entirely happy at the moment with his car either.
Yeah, so temperature changes, tyre changes and all that, like, it's just throwing the balance out on some of these drivers, but not for me, yeah, and certainly not for Fleets.
No, Kyle went very wide in the last corner. That's cost him time, and Liam's going to go up the inside of him to take 5th position. And yeah, Adam Fleet's slightly quicker than Meatball on the line. And again, Kyle making contact with an AlphaTauri. And CR Max round. CR Max has spun it in turn 1. And still Liam trying to hang on. But Kyle has retaken the position. A bit of contact again. Oh,
how did Liam keep that one straight?
I don't know. I mean, I do have a feeling, unfortunately, there's going to be some words with the stewards about Kyle after this race, because there's been quite a few incidents of him making contact with other cars when they're trying to get past him.
Goblin's just been up at 6 and 7.
Yes, I said there seems to be something wrong with Goblin. He doesn't seem on the pace, and he's gone off and dropped back to 8th position. And Adam Fleets is chipping away at Meatball. It's too late, I think, in the race, unfortunately, because Meatball had that stunning opening lap from the safety car to put him 3 seconds in front. But Adam Fleets has taken about 4/10 out of Meatball on this lap. Well, half a second. The gap's down to 2.5 seconds. But right, Meatball leads from Adam Fleets. Tech Support is third. Kronos Grand still hanging on to fourth, but don't forget he does have that penalty, which at the moment is going to drop him back to seventh. So, well, I mean, Kyle doesn't really need to attack Kronos. He's going to get him anyway after that penalty, but we have seen what Kyle's been like in this race so far. We're on the penultimate lap. Meatball leads. Let's see how Matt gets a penalty, but Meatball leads, but the gap is coming down all the time. Adam Fleet, well, if he hadn't been held up by Ross on that opening lap, we would have seen a brilliant Grand Slam finish, because he's got the pace, he's got the measure of Adam Fleet. As Kronos Grand has gone off and has lost a couple of places, dropped behind Kyle and Liam's going for it again.
Looking at the outside of turn 12, 13, sorry, and now switching to the outside of 14. Now, and then Stefan up the inside of Kronos Grand as well.
I really get a horrible feeling about this. We've seen what they've been like already. So Liam takes fourth.
And here comes Stefan to go up the inside of Kyle. And Kyle moves over
him.
And there's more contact. Stefan going up the inside. Almost 4 wide there. Kronos wanted in that. And there's off.
And Liam's out.
Liam's out. Stefan involved as well. I don't know if Kyle was involved in that. But all 3 of them were close together.
Yeah, I mean, Liam will still get a point, because we're on the last lap, but I think that's no consolation to him at the moment. And, well, I said I had a horrible feeling about it. I could just see that happening, to be honest.
Yeah, it was building up, and, yeah, unfortunately, it just all exploded on that last lap.
Yeah, Kyle sort of it feels like he's hit an AlphaTauri on every other lap so far in this race. But here we go, last few corners. Meatball has somehow steered through the carnage and is going to come through to claim another victory, which is going to extend his lead in the World Championship. Meatball wins the Hungarian Grand Prix in the end by a second and a half. Adam Fleets with a good drive as well to come home second. Tech Support takes third to finish the podium. Kyle Maybon, well, an eventful race for him. He takes fourth. Now, Kronos Grand has got a penalty, which drops him behind Goblin. Goblin takes fifth. Kronos Grand, I still think will be happy, though, with sixth. CR Mac takes seventh. 7 takes 8. And Ross, well, he was ninth. Leading after the last safety car. He, in the end, comes home ninth. And, well, as I said, I honestly think there will be a few people there's already complaining.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's for the stewards and the admins to decide after the race. Right, well, what a race. Very eventful. Let's get the top 3 in. I hope they've all got microphones. I know Meatball and Adam has. I'm not sure about Tech Support, but I hope he has. Fastest lap of the race went to Adam as well at the end, so he'll get the extra point for that. But, well, that was fast and furious race. We've been joined by Meatball. I'm just waiting for the others to join.
Tech Support doesn't have a mic, unfortunately, so he is unable to join.
Okay, so we got Meatball, and there we go. We got Adam Fleet. So, gentlemen, please make sure your audio's included so everyone can hear you. Well, Meatball, first race before the red flag. You dropped to 7th after early pit stop, but you come through to win. How are you feeling after that race?
Well, it was a chaos-filled one, to say the least. But yeah, I didn't expect this after the decision was called to restart the race with a 35%er. But you know, I'm gonna take it. It's great, especially after that when that last safety car came out, and you know, kind of everyone picked it apart from Ross. I was kind of like, well, if I could get past him quickly and others can't, then I'm then I will win this race. And luckily I managed to do so, and luckily for me, he did the stellar job defending for the rest of them. So I managed to get away. So yeah, I'll definitely take that. And ironically, like a shout out to him as well, because that helped me tons. Like,
Yeah. And just a quick one. I'm just curious. I mean, after not the last safety car, the one before, you were on the soft tyres and everyone on the mediums. Were you hoping to get them to the end, or was another pit stop always? Because we were discussing in the comm spots, would those soft tyres last to the end?
no, they were definitely going to last to the end. I wasn't worried about that. But I was starting to run. I'm going to be honest. I was starting to run out of time to make that move into P1. So I kind of had to go for it. Personally, I think I pulled it off clean. I know there's some mixed thoughts about that, but I didn't see an issue with it. But I guess it will be put up to the stewards. I do have my point of view on a stream as well, so I will definitely be making sure that gets watched as well.
Okay, no worries. Well done for the race victory.
Thank you very much, mate.
Adam, well, I mean, up and down race for you, but you must be delighted to come home in second place. And you really looked like you had the pace at the end of the race there.
Yeah, it was a carnage race, but I don't know. I had a clean race. I didn't really get any contact with anyone. I made a bad choice on strategy to come in for. What did I come in? I came in at the wrong time, or I put the wrong tyres on. I'm not too sure. But apart from that, I just stayed out of trouble. People in front of me, I knew they'd be battling, and then just picked up the pieces. And yeah, I did have pace at the end. I knew I had pace on the dry round day. It's just should have qualified better, really.
Yeah, you were unlucky in qualifying, but I mean, if you'd have got past Ross as quick as Meatball, do you reckon you could have been challenging him for the win at the end?
Yeah, I think I was catching him a little bit at a time. You know, he's good though, he's consistent, so it's not just catching him, it's getting past him. That's a different story. But I had Kronos, I think, battling with Ross in front, and that did hold me up a bit while they were battling side by side through the chicane, and he obviously let Meatball get away. But, you know, it's one of them things, just keep driving quick, and then one day it'll be, oh, look where you're in front.
Yeah, definitely. Well done on your second place. And,
also,
well
two
done on
fastest
Beverages.
laps in a row. 2 races.
Yeah, and also,
would
would you also like to just shout out to your super fan who keeps commenting your name in the Twitch chat?
Yeah, I'd like to say thank you to all my fans. I've got JME, I've got Jack. That's just one of many. Everyone watching around the world. Thank you very much.
It's not an Oscar acceptance speech.
Listen, this is my moment. I'm going to take it.
I want to thank my mum.
Without them, I couldn't have done it.
Right, but yeah, well done, guys, and see you all next week.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Right, so thank you to everyone who's joined us. Well, Gary, that was certainly a very interesting race.
Yeah, it was a very eventful race, very chaotic. There was definitely moments of, just the overall driving. I mean, just the battles we saw were amazing, but a couple of moments where things got a bit hot-headed, but hopefully by the time they come around to the next race, it would have all settled down.
Yeah, hopefully, yeah. So, but yes, thank you to everyone who's joined us tonight. And thank you, Gary, letting me come in and gate crash tonight.
No problems. It's always fun to have a second player here.
Definitely. And I'm just trying to. I might be around next week as well to join you as well, but I need to confirm that. But I might be about next week.
Yeah, I've got to check my schedule. I think I'll be there as well. So, yeah, I'll hopefully see you then.
Yes, definitely. And thank you to everyone who's joining. See you all hopefully next week. Good night.
Yeah, see you next week.